years, so he's very familiar with the king. We've heard all the adjectives: weak move, stupid, strategic. Clippers head coach Ty Lue had this to say about it yesterday. I don't give a damn what anybody else thinks on the outside. We decided to go health over anything else. We finally got our team healthy, and that is what we're focused on. Whatever people say on the outside, I don't care. I don't read Twitter, have Twitter, and Insta-Twit, all that. I don't care about all that. I am my own man. I do what I want to do, and that's how I live my life. Mr. Smith, talk to me.
You know, I laughed because what happened was that yesterday, you know, I had some of my boys, and obviously they watch First Take, and you know they're avid NBA fans, and they saw what Ty Lue said, and naturally thought he was talking about me or whatever, and they was like, you know, wasn't he talking about you? I said, I don't know, and I don't care. For people that don't understand something, let me explain something to you right now. Ty Lue is my brother. I love that man. You understand? I've known Ty Lue for years. I've been an advocate on his behalf on many, many occasions, okay? He deserved this job since Doc Rivers lost it, and I'm happy for the success that he's had. He deserved far more consideration. He should have been the head coach of the Lakers before Frank Vogel got the job, to be quite honest with you. But he didn't want the Lakers picking his staff. And we discussed that right here on this particular show. The man took the Cleveland Cavaliers to 3 straight NBA finals. He could have messed it up, but he didn't do it. Won an NBA championship. Let's give credit where credit is due. Ty Lue and I go back years. Okay, and that's exactly how Ty Lue feels, and that's exactly how he talks. I take no offense to it whatsoever. If he was talking about me, Ty Lue, I know. Ty Lue don't give a damn what anybody says. Ty Lue is his own man. There is no punk in Ty Lue, not even a little bit, okay? And guess what? I take no offense to it. I applaud it. He shouldn't give a damn about what I have to say, to be quite honest with you, unless I'm right. In this particular instance, I think I might be, but I don't know, because I'm not the head coach of the Clippers. He is. But just like I sit here and tell you that Ty Lue does not, he is real, he is authentic, he ain't fake, he ain't phony. Every word he said, that's the Ty Lue I know. And I also will tell you this. He ain't the only one making those decisions about Kawhi Leonard missing 20 games this year. Paul George missing how many games? 18 games this year. Patrick Beverley being injured. Serge Ibaka being out 31 games this year or so, something like that. I mean, Ty Lue ain't the only one making that call. That comes from upstairs as well. But I got news for you. And Ty Lue, when I see him, I'm going to give my brother a pound and a hug, and I'm going to wish him nothing but the best. But just like Ty Lue, just like I know, Ty Lue doesn't give a damn what I say, Max says, you, or anybody else. Ty Lue most certainly knows I don't give a damn what he has to say on this particular subject. I mean exactly what the hell I said. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. I think the Los Angeles Clippers, and a lot of people in the league think that the Los Angeles Clippers were avoiding the Lakers in the early rounds because they wanted no parts of the Lakers that early, because this is one of only 3 franchises, if I remember correctly, that has never made it to a conference finals. Them, the Charlotte Hornets, and the New Orleans Pelicans, if I remember correctly. And so if you're the Clippers, particularly coming off of last year's expectations that fell short, winning has to begin with a berth in the conference finals, which has never happened for your franchise. Why jeopardize that by going up against the Lakers earlier than later? I think that was their thinking. I'm not, and that's the decision that they made. If it works out for them, I would love to see Clippers and Lakers in the conference finals. We know that's what I want more than anything. What have I been clamoring for, Max? LeBron versus Kawhi with a conference title on the line. That's me. So I say what I said. I meant what I meant. I don't give a damn, just like Ty Lue don't give a damn. And when I see my brother, we gonna give each other a pound and a hug, because I got love for that man, and I respect the hell out of him. And I take no offense if he was talking about me. That's what comes with sitting in this seat. I can take it, and he can too.
Well, I care what he says, but I care more about what he does, what Ty Lue does. And I disagreed if it was about tanking to avoid the Lakers in the first round, I disagree with that strategy. I think you'd rather catch the Lakers cold than wait until through attrition. If the thinking is LeBron and AD have these nagging injuries, we can catch them later when they won't be as effective. I just disagree with the strategy. But I'm not the head coach of the Clippers. He is. And he's tasked with one thing. And it's not making it to a conference finals. It's winning a championship. Ty Lue has his mind on one thing, winning a championship. So Stephen A., I feel about this the same way I feel about regular season games, when Popovich doesn't even dress guys, and you talk about basically the league's business interests and the fans who are paying money. And I'm like, look, if you're the head coach of a team or the GM of a team, your job competitively, win the championship. And whatever move you have to make, you make that move strategically to win the championship. Not every single game. Sometimes you have to sacrifice games. If Ty Lue's the head coach, if he's playing chess, he's got his eye on the king. He's looking at the other guy's king and saying, I'm taking him out. And sometimes you have to sacrifice pieces to go get the king. And if the king in this case is the king, LeBron James, even if it's not what he's saying. Even if he's telling the press, look, it's our health, but really it's the Lakers' health. He thinks they won't be healthy later on, and that optimizes his chances to win. And you got to sacrifice a game, a play, whatever, a seeding, whatever that may be. Here's a rook, here's a bishop, here's a knight, here's some pawns. None of that matters. That's just material. The only thing that matters is the championship. And that's what Ty Lue is doing. He's the head coach. He's the chess player. I can disagree with him. You can disagree with him. But as you said, it's his call. Yeah. And I got no problem with the calls he makes, even if I disagree.
Stephen A., do you think it's smarter to get the Lakers early or deeper in the playoffs?
I think it's smarter to get them early because they've had questionable health issues. I think it's smarter to get them earlier than later. But to piggyback off of a couple of points, maybe I was a bit hyperbolic when I'm talking about not giving a damn. What I mean, to be specific, is that he can say whatever he wants. And I'm not questioning how he feels. And I'm going to say whatever the hell I want. And I don't care who questions how I feel. That's all I mean by making that statement. Point number one. Point number two, we also have to understand something here. It's very, very well. You got to crawl before you walk, Max. Of course the championship is on their mind. But they've never made it to a conference finals. You got to do that first. And so what I'm saying to you is that, think about it. You might sit up there and say, if the Clippers were to lose to the Lakers in the conference finals, that's not a great thing. It's also not the worst thing in the world. You know what's worse? You let go of Doc Rivers. You elevate Ty Lue. You go through this season letting guys engage in load management and things of that nature. After beating Dallas last year, but folding with a 3-1 lead in the Western Conference semifinals to Denver. And then you position yourself to avoid the Lakers, to go up against the Dallas Mavericks in the first round, and you lose that series. If that happened, that's a disaster. That's not the same. Hold on, Max. I'm not saying, and I'm coming to you with this. What I'm saying to you is, it is not equal. If you don't win the championship, I understand with Kawhi and Paul George, that's not good, considering how excellent they are. What I'm saying is, it is catastrophically worse to lose in the first round or to lose in an earlier round than a conference finals when you literally worked to avoid the team that's perceived as being your number one impediment. If you lose before you get to them and you don't get to a conference finals, that's significantly worse.
First of all, his stated reason for tanking, which we could see, right, was they're healthy and they're resting their guy. They want to make sure they stay healthy. It's our interpretation that he's avoiding the Lakers, right? And we don't think, or I don't think, at least, I won't speak for you, but I presume you don't think, he's worried about a negative outcome in the first round against the Lakers versus a negative outcome in the conference finals versus the Lakers. I don't believe that's animating his behavior. I don't think that's motivating him.
The rest of the organization, Steve Ballmer, you building a new arena in Inglewood, Max? You're building a new arena in Inglewood? You're doing all of this stuff? You're trying to make some noise in L.A. and you lose to the Lakers in the first round?
Ty Lue, because he couldn't choose his own guys, didn't take the Lakers' job. You think now he's going to take marching orders that he disagrees with competitively to win a championship after everything you just said about him? That does not seem right to me.
I'm not saying him. I'm saying organization. I don't mean him specifically. I was just talking about as an organization. The pressure being brought to bear. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about them.
Yeah, but he's the guy